Hey everybody! So I'm going to show you how to ink your mandala. We've got two sizes of Sharpies, the thin and the thick, and you can use both sizes. Remember, it's nice to have a variety of different sizes of lines. Also, make sure you're always using your ruler when you are tracing any of your straight lines. So when you get started, the first thing I recommend you do is just trace over all of the lines that you previously drew with pencil. Okay, so now I've traced everything with my Sharpies and I'm ready to start adding some inking techniques or even some extra patterns or Zentangles or Zendoodles, whatever you want to call them, inside some of my spaces to add detail. But before I do that, since now I am finished using pencil, I'm going to erase any of the pencil lines that I currently see. My days with pencil now are over for this assignment. I don't need to use pencil anymore. So, we've learned some inking techniques, hatching, cross-hatching, and stippling. Let's just use a few of them in here to add a little bit of tone and texture and variety. So, I'm gonna try some stippling just in a few of these triangles. Little dots. Feeding it from dark out to light. Okay, I'm gonna skip one and then do it again. Remember, radial symmetry means the same all the way around, but that doesn't mean that you have to do the same thing in all 8 of these triangles. I could do a pattern of every other triangle having the stippling, and that's what I'm doing. Oh no, I made a mistake. Well, here, this is why this is a good thing that we're seeing that the teacher's not always perfect too, right? We have to figure out what to do even when we make mistakes. So, okay, I meant to skip that one, but I'll do something else there. Okay, and now some stippling here. All right, so I made a little mistake here. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that by using my big Sharpie. I'm just going to fill in a little triangle down here. I'm going to repeat that over here, and I'm going to repeat that over here. So that's the cool thing about art. You're in charge, you're the artist, you decide what you want it to look like. So there's nothing that's really a mistake unless you decide that you just want to be negative and not move past it. When something happens that you didn't want to have happen, it's just an opportunity for change. It's an opportunity for something else to happen in your artwork. Okay, now I have that. I think that actually looks really cool. See, now I just kind of wish I did that all along. That's called putting a positive twist on things. Okay, how about adding some hatching in here or cross hatching? Let's try that. So I'm gonna find a good spot for it. I think out here, I'm just gonna do some lines. That's hatching. series of lines in one direction. Okay, really, we're just making a pattern of lines. Okay, so I'm going to now do it over here in this one too, for symmetry. Okay, over here. And you know what can help is actually turning your paper. So if you start feeling like you're getting lost, knowing where to repeat something, try that. Like now I just turn my paper and I know it's the same place all the way around. Okay, I've got some hatching in there. Now I'm going to do some cross hatching real quick. Let's see, how about I add some cross hatching? I'm going to do that on this one. But I'm just going to do it in the bottom of it. Okay, so cross hatching, making lines in 2 or more directions so that they cross. See how this is just starting to amp it up a bit? It's adding more detail. It's darkening in some areas, which means it's toning it. Now when you paint, even if you paint like this area all one color, it's going to appear to have different values because of the black ink that's already there. All right, there we go. Okay, so now I just used 3 inking techniques. I'm going to encourage you to try using all 3 in yours as well. Something else I'm going to encourage you to do, especially if you have more time, is add details using patterns, and you can use these Zentangle handouts that I have to get ideas of some patterns. Now, I don't think you need to go crazy and add these patterns everywhere. That would be a little too much. We want to leave some places just empty, but adding some patterns in some places could be really cool. So I'm going to do some for you, and we'll just put it on time lapse and let you see some of the end result. Okay, so I think you get the basic idea. I'm not finished with this. As you can see, I still need to repeat this pattern over here, and there's more I could add, but I hope you understand now how you can use patterns, and you can use books and pattern sheets and examples that are called Zentangles or Zendoodles to help you do this. Real quick before you go, here's also just an example of a patterned type of drawing that I'm working on right now. It's not a mandala, but you can see how I have all these different patterns that I'm creating, and I'm using just my Sharpie for this. So again, I'm not using pencil first. When you're doing highly detailed things like you see in here, there's no need to draw that both in pencil and in ink. Sometimes it's just best to be brave and just get on in there with the permanent marker. All right, guys, have fun creating your mandalas. I can't wait to see them.